here's the deal, guys. This section, hey, come back to me. This section has a lot of previous material in it. It's got the 45, 45, 90, the 30, 60, 90, and Pythagorean Theorem. So I just want to make sure that you are good to go with those real quick, and then I will walk you through what we need to walk through. But in a 45, 45, 90, if this is L, what is the other side? The other leg is L, and then what's the hypotenuse? L rad 2, okay? I promise you, this shows up. So if you forget them, write them down right now so you don't have to go digging in your old notes, okay? So that's a 45, 45, 90. And then the 30, 60, 90. What is this bottom side? That was L. What's the longer leg? L rad 3. And then the hypotenuse? 2L. Okay? So just make sure you're comfortable with those. You will be seeing them throughout. I'm going to actually show you one right now where you're going to see it. Today's lesson is all covering 10-2, which is area of, excuse me, a trapezoid, a rhombus, and a kite. So we're just going to go through one of each of these. This first one is a tougher one. The video showed you the simplest version, right? Where you have your two bases and you have your height and you find the area of the trapezoid. I'm going to give you area of a trapezoid with a slightly fancier one just to make sure we're good with that. But here's the formula first of all. So anyone remember what you had to do with a trapezoid from the video?
Yeah, you double it. And the Z formation.
No. It's 1/2 times the height and then add up the bases. Base 1 plus base 2. Now, you can technically multiply those in any order, right? So we did base 1 plus base 2 and then multiplied by the height and then multiplied by 1/2. This is the way the formula is written in the book, so as to not confuse you, I'm going to write it like that. You may do it in any order, okay? So here's the first one of these. Let's say I give you this picture. This is a 60-degree angle. This is 5 meters, and this is 7 meters. So the first thing you need to do on these problems, you guys, is just identify what it is. This is a trapezoid, right? We're going to do trapezoids, rhombuses, and kites today. This is a trapezoid, okay? In a trapezoid, and they'll either tell you it's a trapezoid or they'll give you the parallel lines like that to show you that it's a trapezoid. But when this is your setup, what do we have from this formula right now? H, B1, B2. What do we got? We have the two bases, okay? When they give you an angle measure, they're looking for you to create a 30, 60, 90 or a 45, 45, 90 somewhere. So you need to look, where would that make the most sense? If I draw this line in, I now have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Do you know any of the three sides of that 30, 60, 90? Which one? The bottom one, right? This side here. If I know this is 5 and the whole thing is 7, then how long is that little piece? 2. Okay? That means that the height then, this would be my height, is how long? In a 30, 60, 90. Carson, put that away. What? Not 4. 2 rad 3, right? So this would be 2 rad 3. So we're just going to plug into the formula what we know then. H is going to go here, and then B1 and B2 are interchangeable. So we're going to say area equals 1/2 times the 2 rad 3 times my base 1 plus my base 2. Okay, and then just pay attention to PEMDAS, right? We have to add the 5 and 7 together before we can multiply things. And we're going to leave it in simplest radical form. So this would be the area equals 1/2 times 2 is 1. 5 plus 7 is 12. So all we're left with is rad 3 times 12, or 12 rad 3. And its area, so square meters. Yes, ma'am. 2 rad, this too? Yeah, so the top here was 5, and this one is 7. So if this bottom one's 7, this extra piece hanging off the edge right here would have to be 2 to make that 7 happen, right? So up to this point is 5, because that makes a rectangle then, okay? Any other questions on that one? Okay, make sure you're labeling units, okay? Don't forget about units. Okay, then we have the other area formula. So we did area of a rhombus and area of a kite, and those had the same formula. Do you remember what that formula was? 1/2. And then there were 2 diagonals always, right? Diagonal 1 and diagonal 2. You about done back there? Gigglies? So just remember D is diagonal. A lot of times people try and make that a side of your figure. It is not a side of your figure. It's cutting through your figure, okay? It's the diagonals inside the figure. So for this one, I'm gonna start you off with a kite. Just a heads up, easiest way I think to draw a kite is not to draw the outside of the kite, it's to draw the diagonals first. So it's up to you if you wanna try that or not, but I always just draw the diagonals. Make sure this one's getting cut into equal pieces, because that's how a kite would be. And then just connect those end points. So if our kite looks something like that, I don't like that first line. Okay, let's say we know in this kite that we have a 3, a 3, a 2, and a 5. Okay, and we'll say these are all meters. What is the length of your diagonals? What's one diagonal? 6, right? This right here, we'll call that diagonal 1. It doesn't matter which one's diagonal 1 and which one's diagonal 2, but that diagonal is 6 units long, okay? What's the length of the other diagonal? 7. Make sure you're doing the 2 together. Diagonal 2 is 7 units long, 7 meters, okay? That means if I'm gonna plug it into the formula, it's 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. When you plug that in, you get an area of 21 square meters. Okay, so 1/2 times 6 times 7, you get 21. Questions on that? All right, last one. And this one takes a little bit of processing through also. Think about what we have and what we know how to use. Let's say, so rhombus, again, I would say easiest way to draw a rhombus is to draw your 2 diagonals. Make sure you're bisecting both, okay? That will make it a rhombus. So if I draw this in, okay, here's my rhombus. All we know is this side is 15 centimeters, and this is 12 centimeters. What do you know about the diagonals of a rhombus? They're not equal, they're perpendicular, okay? So if they're perpendicular, we know this is a right angle. Do you know the length of either diagonal right now? Which one? The horizontal. How long is the horizontal diagonal? 24, okay? So diagonal 1 has to be 24 because diagonals bisect in a rhombus. Okay, so 12 and 12 gives us 24. Diagonal 2 is going to be this guy, and we need to figure out what that is. Anyone see a way to do that? Yeah. Yeah. Nope, diagonal 1 and diagonal 2 are interchangeable, so either one is fine. It's not a 45, 45, 90, actually. Did you say something? Pythagorean theorem, right? So we have this triangle, and we can find that piece of it using the Pythagorean theorem because we have x, 12, and 15, okay? So we're going to set this up with Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus 12 squared equals 15 squared. So if we take away that 12 squared, just plug that into your calculator, okay? Remember, it's not 3 squared. It's 15 squared, so 225 minus 144. And we get that x squared equals, I want to say it's 81, yes. So then you're going to square root that. So x is 9 centimeters, okay? That means this up here is 9. So what is diagonal 2? 18, right? 9 and 9 because the diagonals bisect each other. So now I know diagonal 2 is 18. So I have diagonal 1 and diagonal 2, and that's all you need for the formula. It's area equals 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Okay, and like I said, you can switch those. You can do 1/2 times 18 times 24. That doesn't change anything. But you plug that in and you get 216, how do you label it? Centimeters squared. Okay, so 2 formulas, 3 different shapes that you're working with, Karsten. 15 squared minus 12 squared. So 225 minus 144, right, is 81. Okay, any other questions?